Legendary Canadian bodybuilder Iain Valliere decides to retire, and I think that this is the best move for Iain and his family. What's going on, everyone? This is Christian Duke. You're watching Strength Addicts on all social media platforms, powered by TitanMedicalCenter.com, your go-to source for all the amazing therapies, #1 in patient care, serving 49 out of 50 states except for Idaho for now. Iain Valliere has done it all. What does he have left to do? Obviously, he hasn't won the Mr. Olympia, but he has competed at the highest levels. He took second at the Arnold Classic. I believe he's got like 5 or 6 pro wins. He's been competing for 15 years. He's part of a great podcast. He's a co-owner of a great company. He's got a beautiful wife, and he wants to start a family. And what I really love about his retirement is that he didn't do it like the generic way, finding a show, giving a 10-minute speech after the show. That's cool, and that's just the norm. But to do a video where your interviewer is your wife on the other side of the camera, it comes off as a conversation. It comes off very transparent. It comes off very heartfelt and very real. Could he make a comeback? Sure, but why would he? You know, like he says on his video, what's 1 or 2 more pro wins going to do for him? Is it going to change his life? No. And so now he's leaving at 33 years of age. He's leaving at his prime. Nobody's forcing him out of the sport. He's doing this all on his own. So why would he come back in 2 or 5 or 7 years down the road when he's no longer at his prime, when he can't look as good as he would look today? I don't think a comeback's in the cards, but maybe, you never know. Never say never, but I think that there's so much more for him than to merely compete. I think that's a chapter of his life. Now he's moving on to another chapter. In his video, he also says, and you should watch the video, but in his video, he also says, now maybe he will be more into social media. Maybe he will judge. Who knows? Maybe he'll start new companies. I mean, Raw is doing really, really well. And so again, this is not a guy that's leaving bodybuilding for gone. He's just leaving the stage. He's no longer going to compete. He talks about not wanting to be 280 year round. He talks about, you know, how restrictive the diet can be. And he also talks about the drugs, which I really appreciate. Again, very, very transparent retirement video. And he's retiring for all the right reasons, on his own terms, after pretty much doing it all. He calls bodybuilding a wild ride, and that it was. I mean, this guy may not have won the Olympia, but let me tell you something. When you're second at the Arnold Classic, you're knocking on that Olympia door. He could have been Mr. Olympia, and who knows, maybe if he said, you know what, I'm going to put my marriage on hold, meaning I'm going to travel the world, do expos, compete nonstop, you know, run cycles nonstop. And if she's there afterwards, great. If not, you know, oh well, I'm not going to have kids. I'm not going to enjoy my 30s. I'm just going to compete like so many others do. And when they say, okay, now I'm going to settle down, they're in their 40s. They're all banged up. This guy's injury free. The wife is gone. And now it's just like, you know, they're sending out a Christmas card with a dog or a plant. You know what I mean? That is just a reality for a lot of bodybuilders. But the thing is that Iain's got a lot more on his plate. He has a lot more that he could do and that he's going to do. And it's a great thing for him because he is not, you know, reliant only on competing to make a living. Like I said, he's a business owner. He's a podcaster. He could do so many things. He could do things outside of the fitness industry, outside of the bodybuilding world. I mean, Raw is a company that's firing on all cylinders. He could take Raw to the powerlifting world, CrossFit, the mainstream. He could be a motivational speaker, and he could actually be a motivational speaker. Not all champion bodybuilders could be motivational speakers just because they've got trophies. He can be a motivational speaker because he's part of a killer podcast and because he can do a retirement video just like he did with some input from his wife, but he doesn't need the bells and whistles. He doesn't need like all the intros and the light stuff and all that. He can literally carry a 30-minute, 60-minute video on his own, and he can do it without trashing other people, without sharing their private information, without, you know, putting out clickbait titles. He can do it by being him, by being real. And that's powerful. That's not just powerful in bodybuilding, that's powerful anywhere. So again, I really congratulate him for making a very sound decision that he consulted with his wife and he consulted probably with his camp. And I think that he even says, you know, just a week into it, he feels great. He's eating a little bit more flexibly. He says he's always going to be in shape. He says he's always going to be part of the bodybuilding world. But you got to figure being 280 with minimal body fat year round, that's going to take a toll on your health. And he doesn't want that. You know, he wants to have a family and he wants to slow it down in terms of the drugs and the eating. But he's still going to be part of bodybuilding and he still has a lot left to do. I mean, I'm excited to see what this guy's going to do. You know, competing is such a selfish endeavor. But if you take it away, those 16 weeks of hell, of regimented eating, regimented cycles, regimented posing, all of that. And then now he's got all his free time in his hands to do things, to create things, to build things. I mean, the sky's the limit for Iain Valliere. So I'm very excited for his future. And I think he made the right decision in terms of competing. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching Strength Addicts on all social media platforms, powered by TitanMedicalCenter.com, your go-to source for all the amazing therapies. Log on to TitanMedicalCenter.com and learn about all the amazing treatments and therapies, both in Tampa and through telemedicine. Thanks again for watching, guys. Peace out. Bye.